Okay, well, I'm washing my dishes. There's Rocky. I'm washing my dishes here. And as you can see, the water is scalding hot. It's actually scalding my hands. But, I can't, the thing is, hot water is a precious commodity around here. And so, what I'm doing is I'm trying to preserve it as much as I can. I don't want to add any cold to it, because it's hard to actually boil the water. So I'm just kind of scalding my hands here doing this, because I want to keep the water as hot as possible for as long as possible. But as you can see, it's quite hot. Luckily, my fingers are buggered up from having been broken. When I worked in the wire factory years ago, and so I don't feel pain in them the same as most people would. Of course, that also means I could be cooking myself, but and not realize it. But they are hurting a little bit from the water, but not as badly as they probably should be. But anyway, yeah. Oh, well, my neighbors there, the people I work for sometimes over on the other road nearby, they brought me a meal. I've already had my supper, of course, because I forgot they were doing this. They told me they were doing it, but I forgot. There's a salad. Oh gosh, there's a lot of onions in that. I don't think I'll eat that. Maybe I'll pick through it and eat some of it, but if I eat those onions, I'm going to pay an awful price for it. I know that. And I can even smell the onions when I open it. So, but anyway, still, good of them to do that for me. Let's see what they got the rest of it here. I think there's pie. They told me something about pie. Strawberry rhubarb pie. There it is. Yep, strawberry rhubarb pie. That looks really good. I'll put that in the refrigerator for now. I will put it right up there. I'm running out of room to put things. Okay, now. Got that. Oh, we got a dinner roll. That's like the one the mice ate last time, if you recall that. There's an onion from the salad. Oh my gosh. And, yeah, what's this here now? Ooh, well, that's the dressing for the salad. Okay, I'm not going to eat the salad though. So, but still, that's the dressing for it. Okay, I dropped something on the floor. Oh, glasses. I should put these on, I guess, now. Yeah, hey, pardon my shaky camera. Hey, Rocky. Oh, there we go. I'm taking this guy in tomorrow into town in the truck, which he isn't going to like, I know, because you don't like riding in the truck. But I'm going to take him into town to the pet value store, because he needs to have his nails trimmed. They're getting long. They're not at the point where they're growing up around into his feet yet, but they're close. You can hear them clickety-clacking and stuff, and you can see they're starting to curl around just a little bit. Just enough that I know it's time to do it. There's a girl comes to our local pet value store, a young pet groomer girl, and she comes every 2 weeks, and she'll spend part of Saturday there. And you pay her $20 cash, and she'll trim your pet's paws, trim your pet's claws. She does it for dogs and cats and small pets of different types. And not only that, but she contributes a portion of the $20 fee to local animal rescues and whatnot. Places like, I don't know, really. Maybe like Fairy Tales Cat Rescue or something, I'm not really sure. But anyway, local cat rescues or pet rescue places, maybe Mel's Farm. I just don't know who she contributes to exactly, but it's cat rescue places that are local. And here we have Laws, which is Lanark County Animal Welfare Society, and we have Fairy Tales Cat Rescue, and I know the lady who runs that, very nice lady by the name of Donna McCrae. And we also have another place called Mel's Farm in the area, and she takes in dogs and cats, and I think she also takes in some bigger animals too, like that are in need of a place. But anyway, and it actually is a farm. That's called Mel's Farm, and it actually is a farm. I don't know if her name's Melissa or Melanie or what, but I'm guessing it's something like that. Calling it Mel's Farm. Anyway, yeah. So anyway, this lady, she contributes a portion of her profits to those charities. So that's all right. Anyway, it's good. It's good. That fry pan's pretty disgusting, but we'll wash it. That's one of the reasons I want to keep the water good and hot, because the fry pan has to go in last, and it's going to take really hot water just to get all the crap off of it there, to clean it up good. Anyway, I'm just washing my dishes here. Yeah, there we go. The back of it too. You know it. We wash our dishes here, make them clean. They'll be clean enough to eat off of. They will be. Won't that be good? Funny, my old friend, won't that be good? I said, it reminds me of a story, actually. For some reason, when I said that, it reminded me of this. My old friend Tom Kerr, who's passed away now, he had an alcohol problem for a good portion of his life. He quit drinking in 1978, and anyway, he quit drinking in 1978, and he had a woodlot out near the village of Stanleyville on a road called the Narrows Locks Road. And he was coming back into Perth from Stanleyville. He'd been out at his woodlot. He was driving his truck. And this was back in the early 1980s. This was back in 1984. So he had quit drinking like 8 years prior anyway. And he pulled out onto the highway from the Narrows Locks Road, out onto to Highway 10 from the Narrows Locks Road, which is the highway that runs from Perth to Westport, the village of Westport. And when he pulled out onto the highway, of course, you have to gain speed. You get out onto the highway, you're not pulling out onto the highway doing the speed that you'd be doing on the highway. So you have to gain speed. Well, this cop pulled him over. Well, he was still gaining speed. The cop come racing up behind him and pulled him over. Now, the cop would have saw him pull off the side road, so the cop was a liar. But anyway, Tom, he wasn't too happy with the cop pulling him over. And he asked the cop, he said, what's the idea? He said, pulling me over. And the cop says, well, I noticed you were running away from me. It made me suspicious, like you were picking up speed trying to get away from me as I was coming up behind you. Of course, the cop knew full well that Tom had just pulled off the side road, there, the Narrows Locks Road. But, cops, they'll tell whatever story works. That's what the cop told him. And then so Tom wasn't too happy with that, Of course, then the cop's looking for a reason to charge Tom, And so the cop, he's looking in the back of the truck. Tom in the box of the truck, and Tom says of course, Tom had his tools in there for his woodlot, and stuff, his saw and his axes and different things. And Tom says to the guy, he said, what are you looking back there for? And the cop says, I'm looking to see if you got anything to drink. And Tom, he says, no, he said, I don't have anything to drink. He said, I quit drinking 8 years ago so that I wouldn't have to deal with you guys anymore. And the cop just turned around and looked at him and says, well, now wasn't that a good idea? Anyway, I don't think Tom got charged with anything. I think the cop just let him go, but just give him a hard time and let him go, But anyway, yeah, that's what the cop says. He says, well, now, wasn't that a good idea? So, anyway, I remember Tom telling me that story anyway about the cop, Well, like Tom said, anyway, well, he said he was a better man than I was. Anyway, he gave me a perfect answer. He couldn't have given me a better answer. So he said he was a better man than I was, anyway. But, yeah, that's what he said, anyway. The cop says, well, now, wasn't that a good idea? Oh, anyway, it just kind of reminded me of that, the way I said that, Anyway, that's the thing. Tomorrow we take Rocky into the pet store and we get him groomed anyway. You're going to look like $1 million, Rocky. That's right. You're going to look like $1 million. And you're going to feel better too. Your feet won't bother you so much. His feet will be bothering him a bit, I'd imagine now, with those long nails. Like, you know how it is. If you let your toenails get too long, your feet start to hurt. Your toes start to hurt. I'm sure he's going through a little bit of that right now too. And if we let them grow any longer, they are going to start biting in to the bottoms of his feet, and we can't have that. I can't really afford to even part with $20 right now, but it needs to be done. So we're going to do it. Because we got to put Rocky's well-being comes before most things anyway. I won't say before everything, but before most things here at Camp Crazy. We look after our Rocky, we do here. Because we'd be lost without him. Another thing too is I saved these bags. I never did finish showing you what I got in here, did I? Okay, now let me open this up here. Oh, smokes. There we go. It's spaghetti. Let me turn on the light. There it is. It's spaghetti with meat sauce. Doesn't that look good? I think it's cold right now, which is kind of a good thing in a way, because what I'll do is I'll save it for tomorrow. I won't eat it tonight because I've already had my supper after all. So I'll save it for tomorrow. I'll put it in the fridge. These bags are hard to get in Canada now. They pretty much outlawed plastic bags. So, again, yeah, Canada. So, there you go. They pretty much outlawed plastic bags. Of course, we got so much plastic packaging on everything. You got to just about be a mechanical engineer to figure out how to get into some stuff. You buy it, there's bubble pack thing, and you got to start hacking away at it with a knife and everything, trying to get it open. This water has cooled down considerably. It's still steaming, but I mean, it's a lot cooler than it was. Hopefully it'll be hot enough to take the crud off this frying pan. I got these things one time. They're good for scraping pots. I bought these at the Balderson Cheese Outlet store one time in Balderson, Ontario. It's kind of a semi-famous place, Balderson Cheese is. Anyway, and that's not too far out of Perth. If you drive from Perth up to Lanark, you got to go through Balderson on the way, the village of Balderson. There was a general store up in Balderson up to about 1994 or 95. It was called Myers General Store, run by a man by the name of George Myers. George passed away, and then the store was no more. But that store, they still had stuff in there for sale from the 1930s and 40s. They did, It was an interesting place to go to. You'd go in there and you'd see